My name is Melanie Simon, and I'm the owner and founder of Smart Me Educational Products. And I just wanted to kind of share my story about the making of Smart Me. Smart Me Educational Products started through inspiration. I was practicing law and gave birth to my daughter, Malia, who was born with Down syndrome. My husband and I decided at that point that I would stop practicing law and stay at home and be a full-time mom to Malia and our other children at that time. And we were stationed at Fort Bragg. My husband's a military officer. We were stationed at Fort Bragg, and we were driving from Fayetteville, North Carolina to Sumter, South Carolina to visit my husband's family. And I was thinking and said out loud, I wonder how Malia's gonna learn, because Down syndrome was new to me. I had no idea that she was gonna be born with Down syndrome prior to her birth, so it was literally all new. And these thoughts came to my mind, like, how is she gonna learn? How is she gonna learn her ABCs, her numbers, letters? And in that moment, honestly, it was like the heavens opened up and poured something into my spirit, because in that moment, I thought, make her some videos to watch. Education is my first love. I taught math before going to law school, so my undergraduate degree is in math, and always loved education. The classroom just wasn't for me. So this thought came to me to create educational videos for her, like to help her learn her ABCs and her 1, 2, 3s. And I pulled out a piece of paper out of my purse and literally started writing a script for colors and shapes. Literally, like what I wanted to be said, this is the color red, and just started writing this script. By the time we went to Sumter and on the drive back, I had almost had a whole video. It was crazy. I mean, it just came to me that fast. And the next day, that Monday, I started searching for a videographer or someone who could take what I had put on paper and make it into a video. I then went to Staples or some store and bought this graphic book with all types of graphic images, and started putting images to what I had written on paper. And when I found the guy, Albert was his name, who would create this first video for me, I went, sat down and talked with him. And I have to tell you, maybe a week or two later, he said, come and, let me show you what I came up with, see if this is what you like. And he started playing this video back to me, and I just started crying. And I knew in that moment that this is what I wanted to do for Malia. And so I created colors and shapes, letters and sounds, and ready to read, which is like a kindergarten level. So I created these videos, and Albert, created them into what was first VHS. And then as time went on, they went to a DVD. So it evolved. But it just happened in a moment. It really honestly happened in a moment and just took off from there. So at that point, I said, hey, I want other children to be able to use my products. I didn't feel like I had invested this money, this time into these great products for them to not be a gift to other children as well. So I sold my products at the flea markets and to child care providers for a few years. And then life happened where I had to put it down for a while. So the life happening happened to be me having to go to Maryland and get my grandmother. And I brought her to Florida and cared for her until she passed away a couple years later. But during that time, when I went and got my grandmother, she was so thankful. She was very thankful to me, and told me every single day how thankful she was. And she said, baby, you're going to be blessed. God is going to bless you. He's going to bless you with great things. And she told me that all the time. And of course, I couldn't see that. I didn't know what that blessing would look like. I didn't know what it was. I felt like I was blessed. I have a great family, a husband, children, but there was something that resonated in my spirit when my grandmother told me that was bigger than just the joy and the blessings of, your family. I felt it. So my husband went to Afghanistan in 2009, 2010 time frame. And during that time when he was gone, I had my crates with my Smart Me stuff in the dining room in the house. And I walked over to them, lifted the top off, and I saw workbooks, flashcards, all these things that I had, products that I had made for, the flea markets, the child care centers. Wonderful, great products, early learning products that were literally just in this box, wasting away. And I cried so hard and so long that my then 13, I think she was 12-year-old daughter, Gina, came running into the room saying, Mom, what's wrong? Why are you crying? Why are you crying? And I said, because this is what I want to be doing. This is what I want to be doing. This is what I love. I want to see Smart Me grow and become successful. And my 12-year-old daughter said to me, Mom, just do it. She said, just do it. And I have to tell you, in that moment, it felt like a huge weight fell off my shoulder. It really did. I mean, this is my daughter just saying, do it, Mom. Just do it. If that's what you really want to do, just do it. And I did. So I just prayed about it. And I just, asked God to show me a direction to take Smart Me in. But I knew that this was for any child. I knew that I wanted to, at this point, have products that would help children from pre-K to 5th grade to help them build a strong, solid foundation in early learning, which is critical. So summer learning became very important to me during that time, because what was lacking for a lot of students and many students every summer is that there is no gap. There's no bridging of the gap between the end of the school year and the next school year. So many students go the entire summer with no reinforcement and review of what they learned in this just ended school year to get them prepared and ready for the next school year. So when they go back to school, they've lost a lot of information, that they need for that next building step in the next grade level. So that's often where teachers are spending the first half of the 9 weeks, or sometimes the entire 9 weeks, reinforcing and reviewing last year's content. And that was something I did with my children all the time anyway. At the beginning of the summer, I went to the teacher store. Can't even find a teacher store anymore. Can't find a teacher store. And I was one of very few parents at that time who did that, who went to the teacher store, got workbooks in math and reading, language arts, dog-eared the pages every day, might have even sat down and wrote Monday, Tuesday for my kids every summer. And they had to do a page of math and a page of reading and a page of language arts every single day during the summer. Every day. Before they got on video games, before they went outside, before they did anything else. And guess what? It made a difference. It made a difference in how they progressed through school. So it works. There's no question in my mind that summer learning works. So when I started thinking about what I wanted to see with Smart Me moving forward, I knew that was going to be a component. But all I had was preschool products. That's all I had. So how was that going to work, right? So here I am, excited because my daughter told me, Mom, just do it. This huge load fell off my shoulder. I'm excited. I'm ready to move forward with Smart Me, but all I have are preschool products. Guess what? Didn't take long before I was in it. I created a whole product line of workbooks from pre-K to 5th grade, math and reading language arts. Took me a few years, but I knew that what I wanted to do was build a solid foundation from pre-K to 5th grade. That was my focus, and that's what I did. So I created these workbooks, and then after that, this is around 2012 time frame, I wanted to test it. I wanted to see, how the children would respond to it and how they would do. So I went to Andrews Air Force Base and asked if I could conduct a after-school program during the school year 2012-2013. So I had about 30 students, from kindergarten up through 5th grade that participated in my program. So I used, it was basically a tutoring. So when they came in after school, we first focused on their homework, what they had for homework. And then after that, after they completed their homework, it was Smart Me time. But guess what I found? There were a lot of things that they missed, that they learned. And there were a lot of things that they knew that gave them confidence, that excited them, because they said, oh, I know this. I know how to do this. So we were building confidence, and then we were mastering skills that they had missed. So the things that they missed, we worked on, and they caught it. That light bulb clicked on, and that's what I did during that school year. So now summer learning became really big to me, because guess what? When the school year ends for the summer, learning shouldn't. So now was my opportunity to really promote summer learning. So I literally took all of my workbooks that were just, a compilation of everything that you learn in a grade level in this book. But now I wanted to make it so that it would be conducive to summer learning. So in each book, it's laid out week by week, week 1, day 1, week 1, day 2 for each day. So guess what? My technique with my children now becoming what Smart Me is. A page a day in math and reading throughout the summer. Now my thinking went to how can I get Smart Me into the homes, into parents' hands, so that they had a tool, a resource that they could use at home with their children. So now we're moving into retirement, and we left from the DC area and moved to the Charlotte, North Carolina area. So now, I'm figuring out, my husband's retired, my children are grown, moving on, and now I'm figuring out me. And I know that Smart Me is still my passion, still my love. Where is it going? And in this time in my life, I reached out to a minister friend of mine, Minister Anderson, just for some guidance, spiritual guidance for me to find me and to grow within myself. And we were talking about Smart Me. And she remembered when I started Smart Me, because she was at the church that my family attended back in Fayetteville. Remember? That's where it started. And she remembered. And she said to me, Mel, I remember when you told me about Smart Me, how you felt like it was a gift from God, that He had given this to you for Malia. And she asked me, did Malia learn from Smart Me? And I said, yes. She said, then guess what? The vision that God gave you at that time for Smart Me was fulfilled. That part of Smart Me was for Malia. And that was fulfilled. It did not fail. That was profound to me. She said, now you have to search yourself, figure out how you want to take that vision that God gave you, which is a blessing, which is good. and now make it for the masses. For any child to learn and build those strong foundational skills. And that's what I had to do. I know that early learning is important. I know that early learning is necessary. And more importantly, I know that summer learning is critical and it's needed. So today, Smart Me educational products, new and revived, are going in a different direction. Still great, still effective, still fun, still workbooks, but so many other things. And one of those things is Smart Me Kids. So Smart Me Educational Products is now rebranded and is relaunching to provide fun, effective, at-home educational resources for children ages 2 to 12. And in doing so, the Smart Me Kids are going to help. If you look at my logo, there are 7 Smart Me Kids. Malia, John, Gina, Sophie, CK, Jalen, and Lainey. Malia and the other Smart Me Kids will come with workbooks, digital downloads, puzzles, and a few other great product ideas that will be coming your way. Again, my name is Melanie Simon, owner and founder of Smart Me Educational Products, and I look forward to helping your children ages 2 to 12 learn, grow, and build strong foundational skills for educational success. Thank you.
I want to be a smart me. I'll practice and learn, and soon I will be learning ABCs and 1, 2, 3s and many other things that we do and see. I'll know color